Listener discretion advised.
Now, here's Loveline.
1-800-LOVE-191.
With Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Are you insane?
Hey, it's the Loveline. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. I'm Adam Carolla. It's Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. All right, no guests tonight. Drew, you ready to get to the phones?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Carolla,
Yes.
you're 25.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on?
Well, I'm just sort of wondering what could be wrong with my husband.
What's up with him?
When we've been together a little over 3 years. We've been married for a year, and when we dated, the sex was fine all the time. And now that we're married, it's drastically dropped off.
How long has he been at this low level of activity?
Well, we seem to disagree on that. Maybe, probably around 6 months.
And what was it before? How
When we
often?
dated, it was probably every other day.
And how much is it now?
Maybe on the weekend once, if we're lucky.
Is this bothering you in that you have a higher level of desire, or are you just afraid that something's happened with him in terms of how he feels about you?
No, I have a hard level of desire.
Yeah.
And is
And
he on?
he knew that when we were dating.
Has anything else changed? Is he on medication or anything?
Well, he just started taking something new just like a couple of weeks ago. But
What medicine?
it's for acid reflux. I'm not really sure of the name.
Was he on anything before that?
No.
You put any weight on?
No, I don't think so.
Drew just wrote that down and asked me to ask
Right,
you.
right.
That's all. All right, so you haven't chubbed up. He's slowed down.
And
There's nothing wrong with the relationship other than this?
No, it seems to be pretty good.
is he under stress at work or anything like that?
Well, he has his problems just like everybody else.
But that's not suddenly accelerated in some way.
No, I don't think that would be it.
Yeah. How old is he?
33.
A little bit older. Guys slow down a little bit. There's no doubt about it.
Well,
This-
he told me the other night that he's been married before,
Mm-mm.
and he said, you can ask my ex-wife. I wasn't sexually driven with her either.
Well,
But
why?
he was when I dated him, and now he's not. So I don't. He said he don't know what the problem is. He wished he did.
Oh, boy.
But I just
Yeah.
don't know what to do.
All right, well, don't expect a drastic change. You can
Yeah.
call my ex-wife.
No.
Well, Drew, what do you think about that?
I think we don't know. Okay?
Listen, I know.
What? What is
I'm the same way.
What?
There's guys are motivated by sex in two different ways. There's some guys that are just motivated by sex.
Right.
I mean, these are the guys who, they got to go to prison longer than 8 months. They're giving it to a guy in the ass.
Right.
I mean, it's just, they got to move their hips
Yeah.
while their penis is erect.
Okay.
And then there's other guys that get motivated by new women, pretty women, new relationships,
Yeah, but
you
this
know,
relationship-
naughty things, whatever. But when they sink into their own stride, it's once a week. His stride, this guy's sexual calendar was probably once a week. And then when he met somebody new after a bad relationship,
Yeah.
he got
Right.
divorced, and he was double time for a while.
Not that once a week is so terribly unusual.
No. But if she doesn't like it, then they got to meet somewhere in the middle.
You only really would have to pick it up one more time a week.
I know, but you get disgusted when I say, what's wrong with you, Win? Why don't you just hold still for a few minutes and let your guy get on top of you?
Well, I'm just telling him to pick it up a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. When I say it about a woman,
I know.
what's wrong with just putting out one more time a week? Just hold still, light some incense, turn the TV on. It can't be that bad.
It's different.
Yeah, see, you don't like that. Brian.
Brian? What would his fake name? What would his real name be?
Let's see.
Brian is 13.
Stewie? Hey, I know.
Can we hear you there, Brian?
Okay, let's
you go.
let me just see. Brian's not using his name. Let's see. Let me just go through a few. Mike, Chuck, Steve, Larry, Rick. Hold on, I'm not done. Going through every possible name. Johnny.
Hello?
Johnny?
No.
Brian?
Ryan. Dude, turn the radio off, man. Hello?
Brian?
Yeah?
What's your question?
Well, I'm 13 and I'm really hairy. I want to know if it has anything to do with my ethnic background.
It sure can be. I'm ethnicity.
You Eskimo?
Ethnicity is
No,
one.
I'm 1/4 Mexican. That's all I know.
Ethnicity is one of the most common reasons.
Mexicans
for,
don't have any hair on
no,
them.
but ethnicity general is one of the more common reasons for hirsutism.
I've got hair on my back, and I've got a lot of hair on my butt also.
13.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Well, and I've got one hair on my chest. It's like 4 inches long.
That's nice. Hey, Brian,
Yeah.
do you think there's a bogus call, Drew?
No.
No, I swear
It's not? Okay. Brian, let me explain something to you, and this goes for you. Chinese guys with weird long hairs growing from their chins, and old Jewish women who have moles with long hairs growing from them. Hairs can be cut. They're cut almost daily in this society. Lord knows I was just trimming hairs today.
I don't want it to be gone. I like it. I go to school and show people.
All right.
All right.
There you go.
Then enjoy.
Jesus Christ, that kid was retarded. I'm 1/4 Mexican. I got a hair that's 4 inches in between my titties. Jesus Christ. What the hell was his question, Drew?
No question.
All right. Jeremy,
Yeah,
you're 20.
yeah.
What's going on?
I was thinking about getting a vasectomy
Wow, at 20.
at 20.
Why?
I just, the case, condoms do break. And-
what about, if you have kids?
No, I don't.
What if you ever decide that you want one?
Well, that's what I was wondering. Can it be reversed?
Not with 100% reliability, and it depends on what procedure is done.
Really?
Yeah.
What are the chances of it being reversed?
I don't know the data off the top of my head. I know that it's not totally reliable.
Okay. Another.
Well, don't they have you save sperm? Mike, did you save? No. Mike didn't save sperm? No. Why not? It's too much to store?
Going to like the sperm bank?
Wait, we can't hear you, Mike.
Did you
Hit another button on that. Engineer Mike got a vasectomy some years ago.
Right. I wouldn't have had it done if I wasn't sure. And why would I save sperm if I wanted to have kids eventually?
Because you could change your mind.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that logic, and in a way I respect it. But on the other hand, there's many things you do in life. I don't know. It's like prenuptials. You get married, but it's not a bad idea to have one anyway. You don't plan on getting divorced, but you never know. Things could change. You could meet the woman of your dreams, and that woman of your dreams could want children, and that
And
could
talk
be,
you into it.
and
Right.
talk you into it. Well, or you may not end up marrying her.
But things at one stage of your life can look suddenly very different at another stage. And the perspective can change drastically.
Right.
If I really want a kid, I will adopt someday.
All right.
Yeah,
Good.
see, I
I'll
kinda
have one
agree
you
with
can
that.
adopt. All right, Jeremy.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do it for 20-year-olds.
Really?
Mike, how old were you when you had it done? Mike, how old were you when you had it done?
27?
And you had to fight pretty hard, right?
Yeah, I couldn't find anybody to do it right away.
Yeah. All right,
Oh.
Jeremy. I don't think.
And I had to lie and say that I had 2 illegitimate children.
Oh, really? Wow. And
He wouldn't do it thinking I had no kids.
here's the lie. He has 3. He just lied and said he
Only
had
2.
2. Right.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think that the way that things are going now, that if I ever decided I wanted kids, I would just adopt anyway.
All right, but listen to me, Jeremy.
You're 20 now. I thought a lot of
Yeah.
things.
Thank
when
God I
was
never acted on anything I was thinking when I was
20.
20.
Yeah.
I still thought I was going to be an astronaut and a professional baseball player at 20.
Actually,
I was going to be the first guy to play baseball on the moon.
that wouldn't have been so bad.
Being an astronaut?
Maybe you should have pursued that one.
No.
Although,
Yeah.
the idea of studying to you, I guess, is something just so foreign.
Drew admitted last night that he studied for 4 hours a night at least in high school, all you losers. 4 hours. I didn't have 4. If you combine my study hours from high school and junior high, I would not have 4 hours.
I was thinking about that last night, and it probably was more like about 3 on average. Because I would, you'd have football practice or something, you go home at 4 or 5:30, you have dinner, and then you study till you went to bed. That's what you did.
No. Please. I'll watch TV. Glenn,
Yo.
you're 29. What's going on?
I got so I could study and watch TV.
Really?
You get Gilligan's Island going in the background, you can do just about anything you want.
All right. Yeah, it doesn't really take up much of your
No.
concentration.
No.
What's going on, Glenn?
First of all, I want to say something to you guys. I think you guys are the best on the radio, period. Adam, you, and Dr. Drew, I happen to know a lot of people in the program that listen to the show, and,
Oh,
and
good.
they all really, really enjoy.
That's nice. Thanks,
So
man.
you guys are, I can't believe I'm talking to you.
Thanks.
I always hear you, Adam, saying how you when you're in power that you're not going to allow screwed up people to have screwed up kids and, live off the welfare state and so forth.
That's going to be my policy, yes.
Well, I consider myself one of the most screwed up people on the planet, but...
Why? How come?
Well, I'm in recovery. I'm a recovering alcoholic. I'm on medication for sexual compulsive behavior, and I've been married now for 3 years, but it's caused some strains in that, but comes from a long background of different things. But
of abuse.
Well, no, not abuse, but my father, I believe, well, I know for a fact he was sexually compulsive.
All right.
And I stumbled upon his
collection.
Cash, yes, so to speak.
What do you do? How does that manifest itself, your sexual compulsivity?
I'll take a second, but how old were you when you found his porno stash?
Probably about 6 or 7.
Yeah, see, that's damaging to kids.
No,
it is, I swear to God.
Well, it's damaging to people who are ready to be damaged.
Right.
All right, so go ahead, tell Adam what you do.
The guy didn't come from blue blood, you understand?
My sexual compulsion, it basically started out with just pornography, and then it went on to
Adam, listen carefully.
calls, which were outrageous.
I can't listen carefully. You're yapping too much. What was the next one?
Phone sex.
Phone sex,
I'll
right?
slow down for you, Adam.
No, that's not your fault. Phone sex was next.
Phone sex was next, and then it became basically seeing how many women I could sleep with before. I mean, not necessarily a certain age reached, but it was basically on a quest for ultimate numbers, and it went in. It was bad. It was real bad.
Yeah,
I mean,
old and young alike.
Not old, more or less. Well, yeah, some of them were older than myself. When I was like 16, there was one who was in her 30s who. I basically used her because I was, at that time I had already started my alcoholism. So
right, okay,
right, so we got the picture.
So you're plenty. All right, we're ready to kill ourselves, Glenn. What's the question?
Well, my question is, and basically to Dr. Drew is, what? Okay, I've been in recovery now for almost 7 years, and see, Adam, there are people who can answer questions, but. My question is, what are the chances? I have a 2-year-old daughter. Mm-hmm. Okay. I have a good job. My daughter's happy. My home life is good. Everything's going well. But I'm worried about my daughter getting a hold of my genes. Mm-hmm. Not my Levi's, but my, know.
Your addicted gene? Your addicted
yes.
genes? All right, here's the deal. The probability of your daughter inheriting these genes, at least sufficient numbers and patterns to induce the disease, is about 50%.
And that doesn't matter who his wife is.
Yeah,
I mean, he could have married Betty Ford, and it would still be 50%.
Still be 50%. The deal, though, is that having that genetic makeup doesn't have to be thought of as a negative. I really believe there's some significant positives that come with the genetic makeup of being an addict. People tend to be very...
look at all the great drunks throughout the years.
Well, no, they tend to be very intelligent, very
look
creative.
At Clinton.
Very fluid. If they don't get into their disease, they're just tremendously talented people.
Even if they get into the disease, they can turn out to be Ernest Hemingway.
That's right, absolutely. And the best thing for her is a parent in recovery that decreases the probability that her disease will run out of control without some recovery on her part. Also, a healthy rearing. The attachments that you make, the intimacies you establish with her, will substantially decrease her risk of developing a heavy load of defensive structure.
Glenn will be so cognizant of his child and his situation and the whole deal that he'll never let it go astray.
But it's amazing that kids of addicts in recovery tend to manifest disease just like any other addict, but get into recovery right away.
All right. Mike.
Yeah.
You're 22.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I got a joke for you guys.
All right.
I just wanted to let you... okay, God. You kind of caught me off guard here. I was talking to a friend.
Okay. Yeah, we were going to call you in the 11 o'clock hour, but Drew wanted to hear the joke.
Okay. All right. 2 sperm are swimming next to each other, right? One sperm looks over at the other sperm, and he says, "Hey, dude, how long till we're to the fallopian tubes?" And the other guy says, "Hey, relax. We just made it past the tonsils."
She's performing oral sex. You see, Drew?
I got it.
That's good. All right, Mike.
Yeah?
Yeah. How's the junior college treating you?
Oh, I'm not in junior college.
You graduated or dropped out?
No, I never
Never went.
Wow. You think about going to junior college next year?
No, I think I'm going to try and become a correctional officer.
All right. Don't you need some law enforcement degrees or something?
Yeah. Yeah, you need to, basically, I think you just take some kind of test for the state, and then they send you 6 weeks up in SAC for training.
I try to stay away from places called SAC, by the way, but correctional officer means you're working in a prison, and peace officer means you're out on the street?
Yeah, basically. But as a correctional officer, you also have to uphold the law while you are out in public.
Right.
Well,
I like that.
Wait a minute. Doesn't the peace
That means
officer...
like no raping when you're on a lunch break.
Don't
Yeah,
peace officers don't have to do that?
Yeah, they have to do that too.
Wait. Hey, but Mike, what
but
makes somebody
But
decide...
when they're in prison, when they go to visit prisons, they have to uphold the law.
But Mike, what makes someone decide to be a corrections officer as opposed to just some other police force member?
Well, I don't know, really. I just kind of got turned on to it by one of my friends. He suggested that I should get into it.
What is it about that is appealing?
Basically, the pay. I don't know. I just kind of got the attitude for it and the knack for it, I guess.
Yeah, but Drew is saying as opposed to just being a cop on the streets.
Well, I wouldn't want to deal with the crap that they got to go through, you know. If I'm a correctional officer, then I'm in the prison. I basically babysit a bunch of guys that screwed up on down the road, and, you know, as opposed to being out on the street where I would, you know, be busting those type of people and having to deal with those type of people.
Listen, I can see both sides. On one side, you're on the street, you don't know who's a criminal. This way, everyone's a criminal, but that kind of sucks too.
You know, it's like being a paramedic. This is how I see this: a paramedic riding in a truck, being out in the field, or being an EMT in an emergency room where everything is more controlled.
It's more controlled, but you have 100% chance of seeing screwed up people every 20 minutes.
Emergency room.
And when you're out on the road, maybe you go a couple hours without someone hemorrhaging.
Right.
Oh, I couldn't do either one of those. I couldn't work in that prison. Are you kidding me?
No, I'd fold.
Are you kidding me? Forget about it. I couldn't imagine. And I'm turning hoses on guys and dragging the billy club along the cage there, clanking the keys and whatnot. Seeing all those poor screwed up people freaking out. Wouldn't that bring you down? Wait a minute. I think this show.
Just brought the show down.
Yeah, Wesley.
Hello. Hi, I'd like to say, Drew, you're a genius, man. I really respect you.
Thank you.
Okay.
He read a couple of books. Let's not overdo it.
What's up, Wesley?
Oh, not much. Well, about 3 weeks ago, I had slept with my best friend's girlfriend.
What?
He was, well, of course, he was really upset. He had tried to kill himself, and, well...
How kind of you to,
I'm sorry, what was that?
I mean, how awful to... what happened? I mean, look, 1 minute your friend's going to commit suicide, the next you sort of push him along in that direction?
No, I think him doing it is what caused the guy to try to kill himself.
Yeah, he had said that it was kind of like the buildup of things that had happened throughout his life, I was definitely the catalyst for it.
Oh, I see.
So once he found out that Wesley banged his girlfriend, that put him over the edge.
Right.
See how smart Drew is? He never knows what the hell anyone's talking about. He's so goddamn smart.
How'd you deal with that?
I'm sorry, what was that?
How'd you deal with that?
How did I?
Yeah.
Well, it was very distressing because, it really put me into a depression. I cried a lot, and I contemplated suicide.
Oh, my God.
But it was a big mess.
All right, what's the question now?
Okay, well, I was wondering whether it would be possible for me to patch my relationship and how I would go about doing that with my friend.
Does he want a relationship with you?
Well, I'm not sure. He had called me wanting to hang out a few nights ago, but I don't know.
Yeah. He wants you to meet you at
dark
the park
alley.
or something at 4 a.m.
We'd already we'd talked and stuff because he could definitely do me bodily harm for a while. But
yeah, why'd you sleep with his girlfriend?
I really don't know. I had found her attractive for a long time, and I was just thinking with the wrong head. And,
yeah.
Boy, both you guys seem to thrive on a lot of chaos. Oof.
And what do you guys? You listen to that goth music?
Yes.
Marilyn Manson.
Well, Marilyn Manson.
Yeah. See you screwballs.
There we go.
I can always tell these screwballs listen to that crappy music. They sit around. All they do is really they just sit around and think of ways to self-destruct. Let's see. Should I get a tattoo or should I carve it into myself? Should I put a bone through my nose? Should I bang my best friend's girlfriend? Should I try to kill myself or should I write some crappy poetry or should I just dye my hair a darker color? I don't know what this is. Everyone needs to join the Navy. When I'm in charge, I'm going to round up all these goth idiots and force them right into the service.
Put them all on a big aircraft carrier? Is that the deal?
Put them right into the service.
I see.
You understand? All you idiots walking around in your black, hanging your head down and mumbling your Marilyn Manson lyrics, I'm going to round you all up, throw your ass right in the service.
All right, but in the meantime, what are you going to do with Wesley?
This guy... See, his best friend is not only damaged because of what Wesley did to him, but he's had a horrible childhood. He wants to kill himself. And his girlfriend, I wouldn't trust as far as I could throw her either. I think they're both a mess.
I know, but think about people that are this way. They really rely a lot on these sort of idealized friendships and real enmeshed relationships that they have. I don't know that you're going to help by teasing that all
Wesley, you need to play softball.
Softball?
Yeah, ever play softball?
Yeah, I used to play baseball a few years ago.
That's back when things were better.
Yeah.
All right, listen, you get back and play some softball. All right. The problem with kids today, they don't play softball, Drew.
All right, Pops. But what else are we going to do for this young man? I mean, this is really heavy stuff. He's not going to get a therapist. He's not going to, I don't know what we're going to do with him.
Or do you want him hanging around with this guy whose girlfriend he had sex with?
Yeah.
Who tried to kill himself? Don't you think he ought to just end that relationship?
Yeah, I guess the best thing for all of them, if they just develop a relationship with people who are not so isolated in the culture, they stuck themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You're pairing yourself off with other pariahs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Listen,
let me
tell you what my strategy is.
Right.
Hang around with cool people so you can get into cool parties. Do you know what I'm saying, Drew?
Yeah, you're a schmoozer. I understand that. I've seen that.
Schmoozer. That's right.
You've seen him in action, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
I'm tired.
On the weekends, I wear an eye patch and an ascot, one of those extensions for my cigarettes. No, but listen, let me just deliver a very quick message before we go to break. I was a loser my entire life.
Was? I'm sorry. I beg your pardon.
Drew, can you do the show even in a halfway upright?
Not right now. I don't know why.
Does your anus is higher than your eye? Does your ass have to be higher than your head?
I think I'm coming down with something.
I think I'm coming down with something too.
Muscle aches. Like
I
crazy.
feel. Listen,
my fingers hurt.
You take a Midol and sit the F up, would you? You're falling apart, Drew.
No, I'll be right after the break. I'll go.
We just had a meeting with the program director today. You can't sit up straight. Look, man, I come in with a new attitude.
Mr. Carolla.
I'm sitting up straight. I'm enunciating. Now, let me just say something very quickly, and heed this, y'all. I hung around with the same batch of idiots that I grew up with in North Hollywood for the first 13 years after I got out of high school. I really did. But somewhere along the line, I started to mix in some other folks that actually were doing something with their lives. And before you know it, instead of spending all my time with the same losers I grew up with, I started hanging out a little with some other people. And I started watching them get something done, do something with their lives, be productive. And I realized, there's not a whole lot of difference between people that do stuff and people that are losers. There really isn't. They're not any smarter. They're not any taller. They can't stick their tongue out any further. Their penis isn't any bigger.
They just do stuff.
They just do stuff. That's just how they operate. And you start hanging around with them, and you start doing stuff, too. Just like when you hang around guys that do nothing but sit around and watch porn and smoke weed, you tend to sit around and smoke weed and watch porn. That's it. So you just start hanging around with people that are doing something and do it. All right. The hell, where was I?
Mine, too.
All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we'll speak to Ricky. Ricky?
Yeah.
You enjoy inserting the dildos in the anus?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, hang on a second. You got one in there now?
No. No?
Yeah. Yeah, there's no way your voice is that low with something in your ass.
No.
It goes up a couple octaves. All right, hang on there, Ricky.
All right.
I don't do anything stupid or stupider, and we'll be back.
You have 5 seconds.
Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
2.
Back in a minute.
1.
92.1 KFMA.
Hey, it's the Loveline. I only have the use of one nostril tonight.
That's 100% improvement for you.
Yeah. I talked to Dr. Marcel about getting my nose. I got to see the ear, nose, and throat guy.
He's going to do that too?
Got to do something with that, yeah.
What about the hair?
The hair on the neck?
Yeah. Oh, he could do your
What? The hair on my ass?
Yeah. Although I don't know if that laser could penetrate.
No, you'd have to put a magnifying glass in front of the laser or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd have to kick up the wattage, like plug it into 220 or something like
burn
that.
You yeah.
Yeah, you'd probably have to have someone standing by with a fire extinguisher, like a fire marshal.
There'd be some spontaneous combustion with the heat generated from all that.
Yeah, it'd be like on those in-studio shows where they try to pull some stunt off.
Have you talked to him about this? He could do this, couldn't he?
Girl, I'm not interested in having the laser pointed at my ass, you jackass. Please. Drew will never miss an opportunity to bring up my hairy ass. Ricky?
Yeah.
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 Okay. You're 24.
Yeah.
You like to put the things in your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like vibrators and dildos. Stuff like that. And
right.
And it really bothers me that I do this to myself.
Yeah. Are you gay?
No. I've never done anything with a man.
Well, how'd you come upon
Hold
this?
on a second. Drew, please, with the pen.
All right. How'd you come upon this preference?
I mean, I don't know. It kind of goes back, since I was younger. I mean, I can't really remember how long I, started doing that. I guess I was about 14, And
how'd you come upon it?
What's that?
How'd you figure it out?
Well, just, seeing dirty books and, dirty movies and stuff like that.
Listen, I stumbled across a dirty book or two of my own when I was young, but I never then took the book and put it in my ass.
Well, yeah, I know what you mean, but, I was fascinated with girls that were having, anal sex done on them, and I don't know, I just got turned on in the fact.
What is your question for us?
Well, I mean, what caused this? I mean, why am I like that? And
are you otherwise okay?
No, I'm an alcoholic, and I come from an alcoholic background. And
do you only do this when you're drunk?
Sometimes, most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird,
you know. All the time though.
It's funny how much bigger your anus gets when you're drunk. You know what I mean? I mean, the thought of putting something in your ass at 7:45 in the morning on a Monday when you're stone cold sober, drinking a cup of coffee and running late for work is out of the question. But around 2:30 in the evening Saturday night after a 12-pack, it seems like a decent idea to put something in your ass. Isn't that weird, Drew? I mean, here's what I'm saying. What other animals behave that way? What I'm saying, Drew, is all other animals, they're either in or they're out.
Yeah,
I mean, they either eat grubs or they don't.
Yeah, the leopard isn't stealthing around at night and then putting things inside himself later on.
That's good, Drew.
No,
what I mean is they either do stuff or they don't. People... Or it could be, this guy, Ricky, he could be a good employee and a good boyfriend and a good son and do whatever Monday morning, but come Saturday night, he's going to put a lamp in his ass.
I see what you're saying. Well, I don't know, Ricky, exactly what would be causing it in your case.
Well, I masturbate about 7 or 8 times a day.
Yeah, see, it's all about this hypersexuality and aggression that you're manifesting. And where that's coming from, I don't know. But it's, we have seen patterns, certainly, where that kind of
I've never said this, but you think you could cut down to 4 or 5 times a day? Really limit yourself?
You seem to be choking on those words. You all right?
Yeah.
I've never heard that from you either.
Oh, Jesus.
But having been sexually abused, having bipolar illness, these sorts of things are things that set people up for hypersexuality. And you're an addict. We know you're an alcoholic, and so you might also be a sexual compulsive sexual addict. I mean, that's what this is all sounding like. So
I have done this when I was sober too.
I know.
All right.
I understand.
But listen, Ricky.
Yeah.
You're all right guy, but you got a lot of problems, right?
Yeah.
You might,
All right, so instead of just indulging yourself and wallowing in it, why don't you get yourself a little help?
You know what?
CA, AA?
Well, I have an idea.
F&A?
There's a the growing field of treatment for sexual compulsives in some of the self-help sections of bookstores. I would think, I know that they have lots of books that pertain to sexual compulsive activity. There's a guy named Patrick Carnes, Cairnes, I think he spells it, is particularly astute in this area.
Patty the Ass Man Carnes?
Go look. That was his former life. Go look for his anything he's written in the self-help section.
All right. And don't get the paperback, because that can be rolled up and put in the ass. Ronnie,
Yeah?
you're 14.
Yeah.
I like that. You know, it's always a turn-on when a girl has a guy's name. Stevie, Ronnie, Sam. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my nickname. All my best friends call me that.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
I don't know. It's just something that's stuck since I was little.
Your real name isn't Rhonda or something like that?
No.
What's your real name?
Veronica?
Yeah. Veronica.
Veronica.
Yeah.
Ronnie.
I said, we have the only callers in the entire world who have nicknames
that they have no idea where they came from.
that have no origins. We can't even get that out of them. It's amazing.
So, Verani, what's up?
What's going on?
Okay, well, my first comment is on your Gothic thing.
Yeah.
Not all people that listen to Gothic are absolute numbskulls.
I know. It says about 97.7% of them.
Okay, well, I have a tendency to listen to Marilyn Manson on occasion.
Right.
I have a 4.0 GPA.
Right.
I'm in special classes in San Francisco.
All right, just stay there. Focus on that.
Yeah, because I smell heroin.
Don't lose
just around the corner.
Don't lose sight of your academic pursuits. What else going on?
Huh?
What else going on?
I don't do drugs.
Good, but we had some other comment besides that?
Yeah, I had a theory on the natural selection.
Oh yeah, this is why nature would have instilled in us a desire to repeat our traumas of childhood.
All right.
Okay, well, as Dr. Drew was saying, women who grew up with like alcoholic or abusive fathers would have a tendency to date people like that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
When you're 9 years old and your parents get divorced because your father beats her all the time, what is the one thing you want to do? You want to fix it. You want to keep the family together.
Right.
So when you're 30 years old and you're looking for something to do, you have a subconscious...
You're still fixing.
Huh?
You're still fixing.
Yeah, you have a subconscious need to fix.
And listen to a little Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, but Ronnie, and really what happens is that's who you are. That's how you define yourself. You're Ronnie, the daughter who fixes relationships.
Is that what happened to your parents?
Huh?
Did that happen to you?
No.
Okay, but our question
Really?
isn't what dynamic issues come to bear that cause people to do this, but what the hell could natural selection, why would this be beneficial to the evolution of the species?
Drew, and by the way, we have to stop pursuing this because everyone calls and rephrases our question.
I know.
And then it makes us seem like jackasses because it's a sort of no duh.
Yeah.
Ronnie, you're very articulate for 14. There's no doubt about that. And I'll tell you, we have a lot of people calling this show at 35 that cannot put together a sentence like you. God bless you with the 4.0.
Thank you.
But watch it on the goth music there, would you? I'm telling you, it's a dead-end road for you. All right, you're smart. You'll be fine.
Okay, well, just goth isn't the only thing I listen to.
All right, good.
I surf my radio
She likes
station all the time.
corn also?
Hmm?
Corn?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Good girl.
All right.
All right, Ronnie.
Marilyn Manson.
Take care.
Okay.
You know what's weird, Drew?
Huh.
I don't really have much of a piece-together thought on this, but it seems to me, why is it in the school system? You know what frustrates me in life? There's certain things that go to...
I'm afraid you're going to
what's the
mention...
4.0 part?
What do you mean?
Shouldn't that can't we just have stuff go to 10? You know what I mean? Everything else seems to. This is in Europe. Are they on the metric system when it comes to grading?
Yeah, where did that come? I wonder what the history of that is. I don't know.
These Europeans are geniuses with this metric system.
Yeah.
I got to tell you.
Yeah.
It's like...
it's all science is based on metric system. You can't do it any other way.
Well, I mean, the whole thing about it is... And there's too many different calibrations in this world, Drew. We need to everything just needs to go to 10.
That's the plan. It's just the Americans can't quite get with it.
All right. Well, I'm all for it. I'm going to tell you a little metric system story, Drew. Well, first off, I remember being in the 5th grade. Here comes the metric system.
President Carter.
You don't get the metric system, you ain't going to be able to get by.
President Carter signed a order. That's going to be the case.
I remember that. I remember my 5th grade teacher saying, listen, here's the deal. The world will be separated into 2 halves. And not only will we be flying around in hovercrafts by the year 2000, not only will the hinged door, denim, and ornamental fabrics be obsolete, and buttons, but the world will be broken into 2 halves. There'll be those who know the metric system and those who'll be left behind. And you will not be employed. You'll not be able to drive your car. You'll not be able to pump your gas. You'll not be able to work your television set. You will not be able to exist in this country unless you learn the metric system.
By 1978.
By 1978. Okay, that lasted about 3 weeks. Then we pushed on. All right, we're going to take ourselves a break. When we come back, we'll speak to Diana. Hubby has herniated a disc in his back. It's the only place you have discs, isn't that, Drew?
Neck.
You got neck disc? Yeah. But it's got to be along your spine? Okay. How can they have sex that doesn't hurt hubby? We'll tell them how to do it after this.
Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. The phone number's 1-800-LOVE-191.
We'll be right back.
Loveline.
It's a programming glitch.
Loveline.
Can we talk here for a second?
Loveline.
They are treading water in a sea of retarded sexuality.
Loveline.
Exclusively on Tucson's New Rock, 92.1 KFMA.
Hey, it's that Loveline show. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew. Again, kiddies, Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. Drew, you ready to move forward here?
Yes, sir.
Where were we?
You're talking about the metric system, I think.
Oh, yes.
Diana.
All right. I spoke to you off the air about that.
Right? We're fine.
Made myself clear?
Yes.
Okay. Diana.
Yes.
You're 32.
Yes. Hi, Adam. Hi, Dr. Drew.
Hey, Dad.
Hi.
What's up?
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
One thing.
Dr. Drew,
Yeah?
when you did your show last week or the week before,
Yeah.
you did a great job.
Thank you.
It was a wonderful show, and I enjoyed it, and you did a great job on...
Well, thank you.
All right, that's 4 things.
That people had.
Thank you very much. What's going on tonight?
Pardon me?
What's going on tonight?
My husband has 3 herniated discs in his back. We've seen some specialists, and he's got congenital stenosis.
Oh, boy.
And congenital shortening of the pedicles.
Oh, boy.
And he was playing softball.
I got that.
Adam, you were talking about softball.
Yeah.
This past summer.
He tweaked it.
And he ran around the bases, and he really ruined it.
Before that, he was okay.
Pardon me?
Before that, he was all right, though.
Well, no, he's always had problems with his back.
Ooh.
Just a minute, Jacob.
You on the radio.
Okay, go inside, please.
So your kid barking?
Yeah.
And does your husband take pain
I'm in
medication?
another room, and my husband's listening on the other side. And
Does he take pain medication?
Pardon me?
Does he take pain medication?
Does he?
Yeah.
Yes, he has to take some narcotic.
All the time?
Not all the time. Anyway, let's see, where was I? And
Hold on. Let me talk to Drew for a second. Doesn't sound like Diana. You know those movies, like those 70s shows, those detective shows, where the phone would ring when the guy broke into Mannix's office, and he'd hold the gun at him, and he'd go, "Make it good."
Yeah. Yes. That, or I think of that. Who was that aunt on Bewitched?
Esmeralda.
No, was it Esmeralda?
Yeah.
The one that was all mixed up all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, right.
She was. Yeah, she was always spinning around. Didn't know what
Aunt
was
Clara.
going on.
Wasn't it Aunt Clara?
Oh, it was Aunt Claire.
Yeah.
Or Aunt Clara.
Clara.
Right. Yes, that is her. All right, we'll get back to her. And by the way, they don't do that in shows anymore, where the guy holds the gun, points at the phone, and goes, "Oh, make it good." All right. Oops. Was it Diana?
Yeah.
Okay, so can I continue?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So he's got these, after he played softball, and we went to the doctor, and he had his MRI, he's got 3 herniated discs.
All right, what's happening right now? What's the question about?
Oh, hold on. All right, Diana, I don't want to be a pain in the ass. I know your husband's going to hit me with his Louisville Slugger, but we really just went through 3 minutes of you saying your husband has a herniated disc.
No. We cannot find a way to have sex.
So with him on his back, it still hurts.
His back is terrible.
Is it
we
because
saw
he has?
a very renowned surgeon that said your back is severely damaged and you need to wait for disc replacements.
Why doesn't he, what do you mean wait for it? Why doesn't he go ahead and do? Oh, you want disc? You mean transplant?
Pardon me?
You mean transplanted discs?
Yes, the surgeon here in Salt Lake City, who is supposedly the best surgeon in the state, he goes to San Francisco regularly, and he said that he couldn't do surgery because it would be a 3-level fusion, and that's not something they want to do.
Yeah.
And so that he wanted to wait for disc replacement.
Yeah.
All right. They transplant discs from corpses. From guys who were killed on the softball field? I mean, where do they get the disc? Hey, did he play slow pitch?
Tell him.
No, I'd heard of this coming. I've just had a patient, in fact, that was talking to me about this, but I don't know much about it.
Did he play unlimited arc or fast pitch?
Just regular men's slow pitch softball.
Oh, okay. Drew?
Yeah.
So what the hell do you want us to tell you? What positions you could get in?
No, his pain is so severe. But, Drew, I talked to you about 4 or 5 months ago, and I also suffer RSD.
Reflex sympathetic dystrophy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so we have like a double whammy in our household.
Where is your RSD?
It's in my right arm and shoulder and the right side of my face.
It's pitching arm. Listen, you guys need to have sex in space. I mean, you need to be in a zero-gravity type environment. You cannot have sex on the Earth, can you, Drew? You know what you need to do? You know that plane NASA uses for training? The one that goes up and then plunges down at a real steep arc, and for like 45 seconds, you're weightless? You need to do that, and I think maybe you need to give him oral sex on the ride up so he's ready.
You know what? I was going to project your feelings at him, and I knew that you were going to say, give him oral sex. What is it in it for me?
Does he, well...
What about giving him pleasure?
He can do the same thing
What about
back.
giving a cripple pleasure, for Christ's sake?
Is he having trouble sustaining an erection?
No, none at all.
It's just the pain.
All right, so he can't get on top. What if you get on top of him and move about?
Gently.
Oh, but you got the kid, you know, with the feet in the Yoda channels.
When I'm on top, it still creates the same type of pain because you cannot move.
Okay, I know this sounds bizarre, but what about like a jacuzzi or a swimming pool or somewhere where the weight is reduced and the stress is reduced?
I never thought of that.
This is a good idea.
I never thought of that. That is a good idea.
You guys, I'm guessing you got a doughboy. It's not an in-ground, is it?
Pardon me?
Do you have a swimming pool?
No.
You have a YMCA nearby?
My girlfriend next door has a hot tub.
She does?
Yeah.
All right, and it'll accommodate the two of you?
Yeah.
All right, no problem then. That's the way to go.
Do you think?
Yes, I think so. I think that's it. You got the hot water, you got the jet in your ass, you got the bubbles going, you have the whole buoyancy thing. I'll actually put a flotation device on my testicles, Drew. I'll put like a water wing on that thing.
Just to get them out of the way?
I just like that. It feels good. It's a certain. I like that buoyancy. Not sack floating around there.
Imagine that getting away with you.
Well, Drew, I think I came up with something there.
Yeah, that was helpful. I thought that was good. Yeah, that's
a pain in the ass.
That's a pretty RSDS is a oof.
That's bad.
Yeah, it's not dangerous, but it's a very complicated, unpleasant, painful experience.
Right, now I feel bad.
But they're both into pain, but it doesn't sound like they're addicts because he's sort of really, he's going along the proper paths and moving along. It's a messy situation. Tom?
Hello.
Tom is
that whole call could have been condensed into, my husband's got a bad back, how do we have sex?
That's right.
Thank you. Tom?
Yeah, hi, fellas. How are you?
Good.
Well, last night, I was having a lovemaking session with my lady.
Don't let us disturb you there. Keep
Keep scratching yourself.
Make yourself comfortable, Tom.
Sorry.
That's we're the only goddamn radio show in the nation where people don't realize they're calling a radio show.
They realize that they just don't care.
My husband, he was hitting for the cycle in the Pony League competition of the Unlimited Arc softball team. His name of his squad was the Keg Runners. He was batting cleanup, and he actually DH'd most of the year, except for they pulled him off the bench and put him at first base because they were pitching a left-handed pitcher, and a lot of the guys tend to pull it down the line, and he had a lot of range at first and a good glove. Anyway, halfway into it, I say, honey, what is the question? Hold on. He had 2 balls and 1 strike. The umpire called timeout because a bird had flown out onto the field. But I'm not... Do I put things in any kind of uncertain terms, Drew, when I yell at people?
No, you don't.
I just yell at them.
Yes, you do.
Would you get to the goddamn point? Well, hold on. I'm getting to it.
But poor Tom's going to have to wait till after the break to get to this point.
See, Tom?
See what you triggered there, Tom?
See what you triggered?
I'm sorry, Adam.
All right. It's not your fault.
But you have to wait 5 more minutes.
It's just the ass rolls downhill. You understand, Tom?
I gotcha.
Okay, we're going to take a little break.
Now.
We're making love to your... Oh, your penis bent back and was painful.
Very.
Yeah, may have done some damage?
I'm thinking.
Okay, well, hold on. That's a good call.
All right.
We'll take a break, and then we'll get back with Tom.
This is Loveline. Loveline will be right back.
It is the fabulous Loveline. We're going to take a quick 10-second station identification, and we'll be back with more Loveline in a minuscule 10 seconds.
This is Loveline on
Radio
Station.
Illegal broadcasters. 92.1 KFMA, Green Valley, Tucson.
Everything. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Listen, anybody who wants to make a few grand a week and has no discernible talent, come to Hollywood right away. You can become writers. You can write copy for commercials. You can write scripts for sitcoms. There's open employment. Just come on down.
When am I going to have my corner on your show?
You'll do. I brought you up the other day, Drew.
And it was summarily drummed out?
Poo-pooed, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they want to go with talent.
Adam, couldn't you just pull for me?
I say, he's a buddy of mine. Come on.
Yeah, I know what you did. They brought it up, and you went, oh, no, another 5 minutes with him? I couldn't stand it.
Nope. As God's my witness, I brought you up.
Asshole.
Don't worry. We'll work you. Hey, it's the Loveline.
I'll hold my breath.
Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. All right. I was giving someone the fax number tonight on my cell phone on the ride in, and he said, all right, what's the fax number? And I said, okay, don't listen to the first 12 numbers. Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191, fax number. Okay, start writing. But I could not say it separately. I had to say it second.
Playing a piano piece or something.
Right, except for, I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about.
No. Tom.
Yes.
All right, so you're 27.
Roger.
You're making love.
Mm-hmm.
And you bend your penis down toward the earth.
Actually, it went kind of towards me, kind of like a switchblade knife.
Ooh.
You mean it bent in half?
Yes.
Yeah.
That can hurt.
Yeah, but then...
Kind of like bent and then sprung right back.
Did it?
Yeah, but doesn't the penis bend more easily that direction than it does downward? I mean the penis itself, not just at the base.
You mean in the middle?
That's where it...
Yeah, to me here's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I heard it.
To me, the penis is like a catapult. It starts off here.
Yeah.
You can bend it back, and then when you release a string, it snaps back this way again.
But that's from the base at the point at which it attaches to the trunk.
I'm saying even when it bends in the middle, still...
For uses, we don't know that necessarily causes any significant problem. But repetitive use, I've seen some real significant stuff.
Like I wouldn't do it like every week.
Well, I'm just telling you, in any regular... It's a drug that the more we learn about, the more frightening it appears. It's one of the few drugs that has been shown clearly to be a neurotoxin in laboratory animals. I have seen Lots of strange reactions and very disturbing and disabling reactions, even after a single exposure. And people that use a lot of it can get real paranoid and real disorganized, and it can make it very difficult to even function after you use enough of this drug.
Don't you get real horny?
Yeah.
You just have sex with strange men?
No, because you don't want to have, like, sex when you're on ecstasy because it'll never be the same.
What?
Like, it would be really good.
Right.
And then the sex wouldn't be that good afterwards.
Yeah, you don't want to eat a steak when you're really hungry.
Yeah, especially not a good one.
Not a good one. That is retarded logic. When you're extra horny because you've taken drugs to make you extra horny, you want to get laid.
No, you just, like, everything feels really good, and you have, like...
All right, so you never hooked up with a guy when you're high on X?
Well, first, I'm a lesbian, but no, I never hooked up with a guy or anyone.
But please, August.
You never hooked up with a girl?
No.
Please.
Really?
Understand. There is no...
I touched people, but...
There is nothing in nature that you can do that takes you outside of normal physiology that doesn't have a consequence. If it feels really good, if you have an experience that's extraordinary, it's because your brain's being overdriven. And there's something called excitotoxicity, which means you excite brain cells in a certain way, they die.
How about putting your penis on the water inlet of the jacuzzi?
Yeah, that could kill you instantly.
But there's, like, some things that are worse than others, like heroin is...
Yeah, no, actually, heroin is not as bad as what you're doing. Heroin is more addictive, and heroin causes a bad addictive disease, but it doesn't hurt the brain.
Hey, but August...
These drugs are known to hurt the brain.
August, let me explain something. Don't go through life trying to figure out the lesser of two evil. Do not work that rationale. You know what I mean? It could be worse. I mean, you could be in a garage filled with carbon monoxide while a car was running, and God love you, you're not doing that. You're just doing the acts. You know what I mean? That's a ridiculous argument.
Okay.
All right.
I had another comment, really short.
Go ahead.
I had a pretty strong, like, healthy upbringing, but I've heard, I will listen to your show for like 2 years, and I'm always really attracted to the, like, kind of scummy heroin, like, train spotting scene, and I don't, like, understand because I don't fit into the mold of, like...
All right, well, let's see. Why are you lesbian?
Well, I'm actually bi.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I said lesbian.
Okay. Does somebody screw with you at all?
No.
Really?
No one did.
What got you to be bi?
I think the female body is just very sensual.
Yeah, this is not our usual thing. You have any eating disorder anytime?
I thought about it.
Yeah.
But
you have food issues. Yeah,
I have body issues.
Were you like really spoiled growing up?
No.
Hmm?
I didn't. No, my parents didn't give me, like, a lot of stuff. I had worked since I was 12.
What do your parents do?
My dad's a mechanic, and my mom works in a hospital.
And no alcoholism in your family?
My brother is an alcoholic.
Okay, so that means one of your parents has the gene.
Yeah.
Who's got it?
Probably both of them. They're very society, like, alcoholics.
All right, well, that's where you get your interest in
the very
being around
society?
Like 3 glasses of wine.
Functioning alcoholics.
But not like...
Social alcoholics, people call it sometimes.
Like, they get buzzed and they go do driving or whatever.
There's a hobby. Let's get drunk and go hit the road.
That's a brush with what, I mean, that's sort of a brief look at why you might be prone to hang around addicts and alcoholics. But there's some more there. Something's incomplete about August. I was thinking that she just never was given an opportunity to develop a sense of herself. She was sort of always given everything and just remained sort of grandiose with poor boundaries. But there's something else there.
Yeah. Whenever I hear bi, I always get a little suspicious.
I think, but I'm thinking bi in her case just because she's so undeveloped.
Oh, okay.
See,
small chest, you're saying?
No.
Victor.
Hey.
Yeah, you're 17.
Yeah. I got a masturbation question for Dr. Drew.
Most of these are for Adam, but please.
Oh, well, yeah, his answer is more than welcome. I've been masturbating for, like, quite a while now, since I was about 11. And I noticed that when I don't masturbate heavily, it's, like, you know, kind of thick and really creamy white, you know?
Hold on, let me close my eyes. All right, go ahead.
There you go, more picture.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go. Well, and I noticed that when I masturbate heavily, it's like really clear, you know?
That's right.
Should I be worried about anything?
No, that would be a normal manifestation of male physiology.
Because I was like wondering, maybe I was like running low on my...
No, you're not running. You're not running out of gas or anything. You're not running out of sperm.
Where would that sperm reservoir be kept, Victor? I mean, if there was a sperm reservoir.
Well, no, wait a minute. Don't make too much fun of him because there's something called the seminal vesicles, which are these seminal or semen reservoirs, and they are where the thickest stuff comes from. When they start to empty out, it gets a little thin.
Yeah, but you replenish those.
Yeah, it takes
you
a day.
recreate it.
It takes about a day, though.
Oh, a day? Yeah, but what I'm saying is Victor's
going.
I think, and some of my other some of our other callers look at sperm as like a fossil fuel. You know what I mean? We just tap into a bed of it, and then once it's dry, it's dry.
Right.
They don't look at it as replenishing itself. It's not like solar energy.
Pump in some steam to get more out.
So is it like a king sperm? You know, like bigger than everybody else, and it's like, whoa.
No, Victor, you're fine.
Hey, Victor.
Yeah.
You've been masturbating with a result since age 11?
Well, from what I remember, I used to masturbate even before I had any cum.
Yeah, I know. That's scratching yourself.
Oh, well.
But when did stuff start coming out of you?
Well, I'm not.
12, 13.
12, 13.
12?
Yeah.
Jesus. Jesus Christ. I didn't start till I was 16.
Yeah, but you were...
I've been on a tear ever since, but as 16,
see
you hear me?
See how that builds up?
All right, Victor?
Uh-huh.
You in high school?
Yeah.
All right, you going to school tomorrow?
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. All right, here's what I want you to do. Go to your health teacher and kick him in the nuts for me, would you? This man has failed you miserably. All right, now easy on yourself too, champ, would you?
Well, okay.
You're going to need some of that. And don't knock anybody up. All right, Victor?
All right, no problem.
All right, take care. A lot of guys got a lot of ideas about the masturbation and about their seed and their essence and all that stuff. Here's the thing that's funny about it. It doesn't matter what answer we give them. They're still whacking off before they go to bed.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the doctor could say, listen.
Your life's coming right out of you.
A doctor, I'm convinced a doctor could say to a 16, 17-year-old guy like Victor's got a little momentum with this. You know, like when a doctor talks to a stuntman, one more jump and you could die. You're this close, or a boxer.
Yeah.
If you step into the ring again, it could kill you. He'd go home and whack off that night.
Yeah.
And see ya.
I told you last night, I thought you had a great example of having the young male's hands placed in cement blocks.
Yeah, let's take here's what I'm going to do with my kid. Got to take 2 5-gallon plastic buckets. I'm going to have him kneel down on his knees. I'm going to put each hand at the bottom of each bucket, and I'm going to tell him to make a fist. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give him a roll of nickels to hang on to. He's going to make a tight fist. Then I'm going to take Portland plastic cement, not concrete.
Why?
Concrete's got gravel and rocks in it. That's the difference between concrete and cement. A lot of you folks don't know. It's not the same thing. Take the cement. It's much smoother. It'll form around his fist and the nickels. And I'm going to pour it in there. It'll go about 3/4 of the way up his forearm, maybe to his elbow.
Yeah.
And I'll let that dry. Then I'm going to walk around with that. Maybe about 75, 80 pounds of cement.
Both hands. One on each hand.
Both hands.
Yeah.
He can't screw around with the remote.
Yeah.
Because I'll be king of the remote. Either he'll die or he'll have huge shoulders and biceps. And then I'll break them off on his 21st birthday.
But in the meantime, you're going to find cement marks.
I'll find bucket marks on his penis.
On his penis.
That's right.
He'll learn to operate the remote control with his tongue.
That's what will happen. That would be my contention, yes. I think that's what would happen. Ashley.
Hey.
You're 14.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I had a sexual incident with my best friend's boyfriend while they were going out.
You're 14.
What kind of incident?
I'm still a virgin, but barely.
Yeah, same with me.
Well, was it something you provoked, or?
Yeah, a little bit.
How come?
We'd been talking about it for 2 weeks beforehand.
You and he?
Yeah.
Why didn't you maybe put an end to that, stop to that? You know what I mean?
Well, why don't you just tell us what it was first, Drew?
What happened?
Not you, Ashley, yes, sir.
Anyway, so that happened, and then...
Well, tell us what happened.
What happened?
Yeah.
He snuck onto my house one night a couple weeks ago, and we, fooled around. I don't know. A little bit of oral sex, some we...
How old is he?
He's 13.
Oh.
That son of a bitch. Did you perform oral sex on him?
Not really.
But a little bit?
Teeniest, tiniest, itsy bitsiest.
I still want to kill him.
Kill
Can
him?
you believe? Yes.
Why him?
Because he's 13. Can you believe? First off,
Our
he might as well kill himself right now because
are messed up, but I still have a problem. Anyway,
You're
that Monday, she broke up with him. She had already thought about it, and I hadn't told her. An hour later, she found out, and she hates me now.
Well, how'd you find out?
He told her.
No, I made the mistake of telling another friend everything, and she didn't think it was right, and she was going to tell her after they broke up anyway.
Don't worry. You knew she'd tell her.
Yeah.
You knew she'd tell her.
I knew it would happen.
Of course.
Why did you tell somebody?
Well, you wanted to get back at this friend, obviously.
For what? Yeah, what does this friend
What'd she do to you?
Cherie, the girl?
The girl.
Yeah, Cherie.
What's Cherie done to you?
She never did anything to me, and I feel so bad because I love her to death.
All right, she's listening now.
No,
please, what did she do to you?
Make you
You don't love her to death.
You jealous of her for some reason?
Well, I'd liked the guy, but I kind of liked the guy before they went out.
All right, and she took him from you, you feel.
I got another boyfriend, and I kind of gave him to her because we were all getting up with people, and then
I'm tiring of it.
and then the guy, 18.
All right, Ashley, what can we do for you?
Oh, 18.
How can we help?
No.
Ashley, what are your parents doing?
Oh, my single father is a working man.
What happened to your mom?
Not home.
Where's your mom?
My mom, she's on mental pills and living 5 miles away.
You're pissed, huh?
Me?
Yeah.
About my mom?
Yeah.
No, we've actually gotten a lot closer.
Ashley.
What?
Ashley.
It's funny. Let's do a quick Loveline recreation.
You're pissed.
Hold on. My mom, she's on mental pills, living about 5 miles away.
You're pissed, aren't you?
Who?
Your mom.
No.
No, it was more that. It was like, me and my mom get along fine now.
Ashley, I'm mad at your mom. You should be mad at your mom, too.
Why my mom? What happened now?
Well, here's the deal, Ashley.
Don't you feel kind of abandoned by her?
Yeah, I'm just trying to read how you.
No. I live with my dad by choice.
Hold on a second.
I know, but that's because mom's not fit, right?
Somebody who's not available to you in the way you need them is abandoning, even though they could be physically present and might wish to try. The fact is, when they're not there, they're abandoning, and I get the feeling from Ashley is not total chaos. What I get from Ashley is like she is just acting out.
Yeah.
She is just on. She is just going. You know, what do you mean? What do you call what you're doing?
It's over. But I.
What? Are you talking to us?
I don't think it has anything to do with my mom.
Okay. Well, we're just saying you're doing a lot of acting out, Ashley.
You're doing a lot of stuff that you called us about that's disturbing to you. And there are reasons that people your age do that kind of thing.
Oh, man.
And it's not about your friend, and it's not about liking him. It's about having some feelings that you can't cope with, and you just start acting, doing things.
Oh, those.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so Ashley, listen, we're out of time here, but can you do me a favor? Please don't get pregnant.
That I'm trying not to.
Yeah, please, baby. Please. I mean, it's like there's one thing you need to do, and it's something you need just not to do. You don't even need to do it. Just don't get pregnant. You understand?
Yeah, I don't do drugs.
Good.
I have 3.9.
There you go.
Okay, good.
Stay on that.
All the other stuff we can fix. Just don't get pregnant. See, when I'm in the government, well, I'm not going to be in the government. When I'm running the government, I'm going after people like Ashley.
When you are the government.
She is going to get herself some Norplant before her 12th birthday. I'm going to monitor what I call high risk citizens, and I'm going to put the Norplant in them. You understand? Not going to wait around. I'm going to look at it. You know, like when they see Drew. Yeah. Where are you going? All right, hold on. When they see a mountain lion walking around a residential neighborhood.
Yep.
Do they wait for the thing to maul some kid?
We got one.
You do?
They told us it has to wait till it does something.
Are you S-ing me?
I'm not S-ing you.
Don't ever crap on one of my points
they
that
got
way.
mad at me for calling about it.
You mean they don't take the thing and cart it off somewhere?
No.
Oh, if it's walking down the middle of the street, they do.
No.
Yes.
No.
Okay, jackass. If there's a bear and he's walking down the middle of the
take the
street.
bear,
Right. Why? Because they know there's potential for trouble. That's the way I'm going to look at the NOR plan. All right, now you can go urinate, Drew.
The phone number for Loveline is 1-800-LOVE-191. Loveline, I'll be right back.
On 92.1 KFMA.
Hey, wait, we're not on the air here, are we? Yeah. I don't hear your mic at all. Can anybody hear me? Here, I'm talking to this mic. There we go.
Okay. Women read way too much into way too much stuff. I personally, if someone doesn't tell me something or anything, I am flattered as hell.
You not only don't read into things, you don't even hear things.
Not even begin.
Don't listen.
Someone calls me an a-hole, I walk right past them.
Yeah.
Right? And believe me, it's going to be a better life. Assume everyone loves you, and they're all doing you a favor. That's the way to go. Yeah. All right. All right, where the hell were we, Drew?
Let's go.
Yeah, okay. Randy.
Yeah.
You're 34.
Yes, sir.
What's going on?
I'm having a problem I've never had before in my life, and it's kind of bothering me.
What's the deal?
Well, I really don't have any problem like getting excited or anything.
Yeah.
And getting, a fully functional hard arm, but when I actually go to make love,
I
lose it.
Mm-hmm.
Fully functioning hard on sounds like some sort of a lawnmower or something with extra. You know what I mean? It's fully functional.
Yeah, it's like an upright vacuum with all the convenience of a canister.
Fully functional.
And all the attachments.
Well, maybe it was partially functional.
And this is something new happening to you. Is this
Yes, sir.
with the same woman you've been with all along, or a new person? Or is it a woman?
No, we've been together for about 2.5 years.
And so it's suddenly started?
Yes, sir.
You're not on any medication?
No, I'm not.
Why did you hesitate with that?
Well, I do have a bad thyroid.
Yeah, what do you take for that?
You take thyroid replacement?
Yeah, Synthroid.
Have you had your TSH checked recently?
No, I haven't.
First up with the pen.
So that's one thing you can do is check your thyroid levels. No other medications. Anything happening in the relationship?
No, I was previously married, and that was terrible. But I've been happy, the happiest I've been in my life so far.
You've been feeling okay physically, generally?
I feel tired a lot.
Yeah.
Are you thirsty a lot or urinate a lot?
I'm thirsty a lot.
Randy, there are other endocrine failures that can occur with thyroid disease.
I don't think it's his folks' fault for naming him Randy.
No. Seriously, what do you mean by thirsty a lot? Like a lot? Do you pee a lot and drink a lot?
I don't really pee a lot, but I drink a lot. I do drink a lot, and one of my problems is I drink a lot of Coke. I don't drink water that much.
That wouldn't hurt this, but I'll tell you what. There can be a risk of other endocrine systems failing, like diabetes.
Yeah.
Like,
you don't think it's something psychological?
I would first go the medical angle with him because he's clear this is a good relationship. He's happy. He's been through trouble. He knows things are okay now. And he has thyroid disease, and he doesn't feel quite right. I'd do a thorough medical evaluation of this guy before.
All right.
Assuming there's anything dynamic going on.
Colin.
Yeah.
You're 18.
I sure am.
What's going on?
I just want to let you know I'm big fans. You've seen the Christmas Story. How Ralphie runs and watches Little Orphan Annie every night. That's me. I actually went and got your book today.
What?
Wow,
thank you.
Colin.
What was that last sentence you said before buying our book?
You've seen Christmas Story. Ralphie always watches Little Orphan Annie. I'm right in front of the radio at 11 o'clock every night.
Oh, okay.
I think you guys are awesome.
Oh, well, thank you, Colin, and we hope you enjoy the book.
Oh, yeah. I had a question on that, too.
Yeah.
and I wasn't aware that you do Animaniacs. I think that's awesome.
Does it say that in the book?
It does.
Jesus Christ, it's embarrassing. Why does it say that? Where does it say that in the book?
It says Adam Carolla and a bunch of stuff that you do, and
yeah, it's ridiculous.
Dr.
Listen, do you have it there?
I sure do.
Hey, do me a favor.
Please.
I know it's a little difficult to, you might be a little nervous reading out loud perhaps, but could you read me my bio on that book? I mean, what it says about me?
You sure?
Sure, yeah. I've never looked at it.
Adam Carolla has had years of comedy experience and performance experience with Groundlings and Acme improvisations groups in Los Angeles. He has worked as a stand-up comedian at the Comedy Store and at the Improv.
Well, now, hold on.
What's that?
Well, that's untrue. I did some freebie open mic amateur stuff at those clubs, but I never was paid a penny for performing at either the Comedy Store or the Improv. All right, continue.
And as a writer for TV Animaniacs.
I wrote 2 Animaniac episodes that I don't think they ever made. But I did get paid for them, but I was not a staff writer for that show.
Now, this is your bio, someone who doesn't embellish
those
bios.
black and white pilots that they do. You did those, and they never show them?
I have never seen the finished product of the 2 episodes I wrote.
But think about this, Adam. You and I go out of our way to downplay our bios.
Right.
And look what gets out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Imagine what people print who puff up their bios.
Listen, I know. All right, well,
ridiculous.
Keep going. Is there more?
Yeah, besides the nightly love line, he has heard several mornings a week on Mr. Burkham?
Yeah,
the
sure.
shop teacher.
Right, all right, that's true. Irrelevant, but true.
Top-rating morning show.
Right, well, that's a little typo. Anything else?
No, I just thought that was cool.
All right, well, thank you. I don't know. Here's the thing about this town that kills me. You need a bio. They force you to have a bio. It's like, whatever it is you're doing currently, there must be a reason why you're there, or we cannot enjoy the work that you're currently doing. Unless people know I was a stand-up or a writer or an improvisational actor, I must suck at what I'm currently doing. And I always tell them, oh, shut up, who cares? No one needs a bio. Either they want to hire you or they don't. And by the way, writing a couple episodes of an animated series that's long since canceled, it's not going to get you in the door anywhere. Do you know what I'm saying?
Somebody spank me.
I keep telling
Anyway, Colin, let's stay with you. Let's stay with Colin. What's going on there?
Another thing, real quick. In the book, it talks about, where is it?
Well, they waste all that time there, but they can't correct their own goddamn typos with the lumbar rack and the lesbian aptitude test. Hey, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Oh, forget it. Forget it. All right.
Okay, and you talk about hallucinogens in here.
Yeah.
And I was wondering what the morning glory seeds are as a hallucinogen. I've hung out with, like kids in high school and that type of thing, and I've never even heard of that.
I don't want to tell you.
No, I'm not even into that. But
yeah, but other people listening might be. It's something easy to come by.
Oh.
And it's morning glory seeds. So there you go.
Oh, okay.
Got to score some of those. They sell those at the airport? We'll get those. All right, Colin.
And also, I want to say, we give big props to Mike. I think he contributes a lot, and he's awesome with the show.
He is. He's the backbone of the show, except for we don't really know it when he's not here. But other than that, he's the life's blood of the show.
Yeah.
Kiss my ass out.
But Colin didn't get a chance to ask his question.
That was his question.
No, you were going on so much about your crap. What's up, Colin?
Okay. You say, characteristics to people attract, other people.
Yeah.
So I was wondering...
what's your deal?
I get these girls. They're cute, they're nice, they're, just the girl you want, and then, down the road, they just start going, nutty.
Give me an example.
Calling, all the time, which isn't, big thing, borrowing clothes and wearing them, and, being at my house when I get off work. And
you mean when you want to break up with them, or when they think they're getting involved with you?
I don't know. Even if it's, dyeing their hair, weird colors, or wearing, shirts with, skulls on them, or, just...
Because you're breaking up, or because you're getting involved?
It just seems when I get involved, they start getting crazy.
So the more you get in, it's not that they sense that you're trying to leave or something. you're in this relationship, it's building, and then these behaviors manifest.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just who you're choosing.
Yeah.
What do you? How do you react when they start getting wacky?
Space or something.
You push them away.
Do.
All right. You're attracted to crazy broads.
No, I'm a perfectly normal person. My parents are perfectly normal, married.
But you may be, but your crosshairs are screwed up, and you're getting the wrong people in your sights.
But then he deals with it in the proper way.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
All right. So maybe it's a run of bad luck. We don't believe in
or
that.
maybe it's just his development, his learning. He has to go through some of these.
All right, fine. Everyone goes through it. Fine. The point is you see it when it happens and you move on.
Make a change.
All right, let's sell this next call.
Yeah.
Ruben is 26. Ruben?
Yeah.
Your dad recently relapsed after 17 years?
Yeah, after 16 years. He was in AA, and he's 6 years old. And I'm not sure if he has dementia or not.
All right. Hold on. We'll talk in a minute.
All right. We'll do that. We'll also talk to, who the hell we got to talk to, too? We'll sell 2 calls. Yes. She believes that she was drugged at a party. Drew, this is a better call than the guy who's falling off the wagon. All right. We'll talk to Tanya. She's 21. She's busty, kind of narrow at the waist. And she got drugged at a party. It's going to be good.
Loveline with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla. We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Dr. Drew.
And I'm Adam Carolla, and you're listening to Loveline on 92.1 KFMA. Hold on. I don't know. Hey, it's the Loveline. I'm on. That's who? All right, where were we?
Wait, answer my question.
We'll talk after the show.
Tanya.
Drew is so dedicated to this show that he can't talk for 15 seconds after it. You know, most radio shows, they have like long meetings before and long meetings after.
I know.
Oh, they don't?
We're led to believe that.
Can you let me make Drew feel guilty for a second? I know, you and Lycus get loaded.
All right, most television shows have that.
And God knows what they do after the show. All right, Tanya?
Yeah.
All right, so you're 21.
Uh-huh.
What's going on there, Toots?
Well, I believe strongly, like big time. I just know for a fact I was drugged at a party.
How do you know that?
Saying there's a chance you might have been drugged?
I saw it. Because the thing is, like, okay, a coworker invited me to a party, right?
Yeah.
And I knew I was going to be at this party, didn't really know anybody, and I just knew him and probably like two other people. No, 3 other people. And he was just like, I mean, he's been asking me out for like weeks before, and I would just be like, no.
All right, so what happened when you were drugged?
Well, I only had 2 drinks, and the thing was, let's see, the second drink, I got like really, really wasted, like just wasted. And the thing is, I saw he grabbed it and he drank it.
Some other guy did.
Yeah, the dude who gave me the drink.
Well, did he fall asleep afterwards?
No, I was just like really, really like, I was tired.
She didn't understand your logic.
I was like, yeah, and I didn't
most
know,
concrete
like,
in the world.
My sister lived in the same apartment complex, and I was like, I was so just loaded that I didn't even think of it.
Yeah. All right. Did anyone rape you?
No.
All right. Well, who cares then?
What's your question?
You know, I want revenge.
Revenge on what?
On him.
You went and had a couple of drinks. You felt tired, so you went to your sister's place and went to sleep.
No, it was more than that. Because what if he did it to somebody else?
Well, why don't you alert people around him to keep their eye on him? You unfortunately have no proof as to what he had done. If you had some proof,
I guess.
If you had some
should I have gotten drug tested or something?
If you had some proof,
I don't know how you do it.
Proof? How do you get proof?
Well, if you'd like to talk to the police and see what they need in order to make a report, you sure can.
I work with him.
All right. Listen, I'm about ready to drug you. Maybe you just did it so you'd shut up.
No,
You sure?
No.
Tanya, you got to be some kind of good looking. You're good looking, aren't you?
I guess. I don't know.
I can always tell good-looking chicks because I have no idea what they sound like. Oh, if you ever hear yourself on an outgoing phone message or something?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Oh, it's got to be annoying. Tanya, I know you have to be good-looking. I would go out with Tanya sight unseen because I know she's beautiful. Because ugly chicks just are never this annoying.
Don't get away with this.
They just don't. I think he drugged you so you'd shut up. That is my personal
but then
opinion.
the thing is, like, I talked to my cousin about this, and he told me
Right.
the guy who he said, did anybody hit on you afterwards?
Right.
And I said, yes, and he said, then he's on it, and he knew about it, too.
All right, well, here's...
The guy who hit on you.
Well, yeah, no, he wasn't hitting on me. He was totally like, because I was, like, pretty much, like, about to fall.
Didn't you just say a guy hit on you?
Yeah.
Okay, who is that guy?
He was, like, his friend.
All right, well, he's onto it, too.
Okay,
Damn.
so how did it end up? You went home and went to bed.
No, the thing was, like, an ex-boyfriend had told me, like, if I got, like, really extremely drunk and did not want to be drunk anymore, just to, like, yak it out. So that's what I did. And the thing is, like, I got, like, really, really sick, and then, like, I was just in chills or something. I was, like, really, really cold.
All right, so you drank, you had a few drinks, and then you threw up. That's every weekend for me.
In the morning, I was still, like, wasted.
All right, that's
I only
called...
had, like, 2 drinks.
That's being hungover. But listen to me, Tanya.
I've been hungover before.
Okay, well, here you go. You just popped your hangover cherry.
I guess.
Listen to me, screwball. Booze reacts different ways at different times. There's times when I can drink a 6-pack while I'm on a unicycle on an empty stomach and not feel any effect.
Yeah.
And then there's times I can have a couple of drinks and start spinning around like Linda Blair's head.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact, I was just relating this story on the air a few nights ago. I had a couple of antibiotics one day. I had 2 drinks. I'm a 190-pound guy. I thought I was Alice in Wonderland, for Christ's sake. Engineer Mike is here to back me up on that.
All right, but
you don't know. You could have eaten a bad churro or something.
That's the point. And if she has some reason to believe with reasonable certainty this is what happened, then she should tell the authorities. But if it's all conjecture, I don't know what she can do except alert people around her that this guy may be a problem.
Right.
That's it.
Okay. Thank God it didn't end in tragedy. Ruben.
Yeah.
You're 26.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
My father had 16 years in the program in AA, and he recently fell off the wagon. And
how recently?
About 3 or 4 months ago.
Okay.
And I've noticed. I just got out of prison about 8 months ago, but since I've been out, I noticed that my father has changed, and he forgets a lot of things. And I read up on it, and I'm not too sure, but I read up on dementia, and I don't know if he has it, but he has symptoms of it, and I was just wondering...
He's having the symptoms before he started drinking again?
Yeah.
So he was already having trouble.
Yeah.
Well, alcohol, as you, I'm sure, read...
What were you in prison for?
Aggravated assault.
Oh, I wrote parole violation down. That's our usual answer. Who'd you assault?
Another guy that I got into an argument
with. You have it coming?
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, it wasn't worth doing it. You know, doing the time for it.
Yeah, you must have had some kind of record before that, though, right?
Yeah. Well, I've been in and out of institutions since I was about 11 years old.
All right.
Wow.
And,
well, listen, Ruben. Alcohol is one of the drugs that damages human tissue. Alcohol, hallucinogens, damage brain. And you drink regularly, you get an alcohol dementia. It's one of the leading causes of dementia in this country.
Really?
And as you get older, the dementia begins to manifest. The damage becomes more symptomatic. And it might be contributing to why he relapsed. He may not have as much impulse control. He may not have as much insight. He may start getting depressed just from the dementia.
Yeah, because I noticed that he's been real depressed. He separates himself from everybody, you know.
Well, and depression is one of the leading causes of relapse for alcoholics that are in recovery.
Yeah.
So get him to some help.
Hey, Ruben, and look after yourself too.
Yeah. I have a problem myself with alcoholism. And I was wondering too if it's hereditary or
Alcoholism is hereditary.
Yes.
Well, I mean, how about the dementia?
Some are, but it's mostly the cumulative effects of the alcohol poisoning the brain tissue.
All right, Ruben.
Yeah.
Really, don't end up back in prison, please.
Or like your dad.
Yeah.
Please?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to.
All right. You got any kids?
I've never had a chance.
Good man.
Take your dad in, though. There's a medicine called Aricept out there that elevates levels of acetylcholine. It's primarily used for Alzheimer's dementia, but it might have some influence in this situation.
Okay. We'll be back.
Loveline will be right back. Loveline will be right back.
Loveline on 92.1 KFMA.
All right. Well, that about does it for another fabulous week of Loveline, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All
I'm not
right.
hearing anything in my headset.
I can't tell what day it is anymore.
There we go.
Thank you very much for listening this week. I want to thank the fabulous, hey, I made my own dress, Sherry, for doing a wonderful job on the phones, and who's managed to sync up her dress and her hair. It is exactly the same hue.
Both of them.
Both breasts?
Sherry and Ann.
Oh, Ann.
But she got the blonde colors on that sweater and stuff. No?
Yeah. Okay, Drew. Drew, you know, you're like, I'm going down, I got a brand new mountain bike, and I'm really cruising down the street.
Yeah.
And then some neighbor kid shoves a sprinkler key in between the spokes, and I go flying over the handlebars.
It's that bad, huh?
That's what you are. All right, now, I also want to thank the angular one, producer Ann, who, thanks to the wonders of Thai Bo, has dropped 70 pounds in the last 2 weeks, and just couldn't look better. Her husband, Doug, wished she'd get into Thai Blow. And, of course, Engineer Mike, who must have either gotten a hand job or had a makeover or something, because he really looks good today.
High spirits.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with him, but he's got an extra poof in his hair and an extra punch in his sack. Oh, I see. So, until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
This has been Loveline. The views expressed on Loveline are not necessarily those of the staff, the management, or the sponsors of this radio station. And are probably not the views of Westwood One Entertainment. Loveline is produced by Ann Wilkins Ingold. Now, please listen to this station longer.